But I was just like, is there deeper meaning to this? Is there deeper meaning? You need to tell me, is there deeper meaning to this? The Phantom. Hello, my cutie patooties, and welcome to Frickin'. We are here to listen to Wing, and this is a song called The Phantom. And it's pretty freaking great. He shoves a lot of different sounds into this 3-minute section and does a pretty freaking good job of doing it. So we're gonna jump into this, but before we do, just a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe. And with that said, let's freaking go. Oh my god. Okay, wait. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, all of it's pretty cool, but I'm just like, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, one thing I will say is this video is about, well, it says 3 minutes, 17 seconds long. So this, well, that's the thing, Rachel, is this is an official Beatbox video. It's not a wild card. So I'm assuming wild cards, they probably have a time limit on them as like a cutoff at, I don't know, 2 minutes or something like that. So this one is a bit longer than some of the other stuff that I've listened to from exclusively Wing, because I have listened to Beatpella House. Phenomenal. Love them. And so listening to this and having it be a bit longer and having it just be Wing, it kind of gives a little bit more of flexibility in order to have more of that kind of introduction, or not introduction, but to start off kind of slow and building all the different sounds that he's added in within less than 1 minute has been really cool to just have that slow kind of layering on. So you can kind of build to the portion in the song that you want to just like blow everyone's socks off, kind of thing. He sounded freaking great, sounding clean, sounding crisp. There are so many sounds going on in this that he is making. And when I looked at the name Phenomenon, I recently played that game Dispatch, so my brain went to Phenomenon Man. Because Wing is a Phenomenon Man. Not the greatest joke, but that's where my brain went. I was like, yeah. But we're gonna continue this. And then I know I'll have more to say later on, but oh, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, or not talk about necessarily, but mention. I was watching this, you know, I was online as one does, and I saw this reel that talked about how in Transformers, I think it's Age of Extinction, the 2014, whatever the 2014 movie is, that Skrillex had actually worked on the sounds of the machines in that movie. And I thought that was such a really cool, interesting collab. And I'm like, Skrillex, you know, doing the dubstep and, you know, creating the sounds with like, I don't know if, I actually don't know if Skrillex does beatboxing at all. I haven't seen anything, I haven't heard anything, so I don't know if he just makes like digital music. But I'm like, what if I'm like Skrillex and Wing? That would be pretty sick. I honestly haven't actually heard of Skrillex in a really long time. I don't know what happened there, but anyways, because I was thinking when I was listening to this, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, Wing would make sick Transformers machine sounds, you know, like it'd be epic. That would be an epic collab. I think they should do that. I think Wing should pair up with Transformers and they should make something. It would be really fun. Anyways, just saying. He sounds really fucking good.
The way that I groove. Remember I'm the
Phantom. Jeez. There's so much that's going on. And he's jumping from freaking sound to sound to sound to sound. And I'm just like, where does it... I guess he probably breathes on the intake and creates sound. Like, it's kind of like a fluid breathing, making sound, exhaling, making sound, but it's all in tandem, you know? And then the way that he says, actually, I didn't realize. When I look at the name of the song, I say phenomenon. But he says, and I'm curious if there's kind of two meanings to a word or like two ways to pronounce it and they mean different things. I don't know if maybe I'm just looking at that and thinking phenomenon and maybe this is actually spelled different than what phenomenon is. Yeah, it's in here.
remember I'm
the Phantom Manum. It almost sounds like Phantom Manum. Interesting, because the word itself is derived from Greek. And then it says late Latin. The way that it was written was Phainomenon. The Phantom Manum. Phantom. Which I guess would give it more of that like AI sound. But basically, I just thought that was interesting. It just, obviously, when you say Phantom Manum versus phenomenon, it gives two different vibes. The Phantom Manum almost like feels like a phantom. Like a phantom man. The Phantom Manum. Anyways, I'm probably focusing way too much on how he pronounces the Phantom Manum. Also, different areas of the world pronounce things differently. That's just facts. So it could also just be that. But I was just like, is there deeper meaning to this? Is there deeper meaning? You need to tell me, is there deeper meaning to this? The Phantom Manum. Rachel, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. Okay. I don't know exactly where we left off, so I'm just going to go a little bit forward and then we're going to play. Like that whole section, you can hear his breath, but it's in tandem with everything else that he's doing. So I'm just like, dang. Oh my god. That whole section there gave kind of like an echoing effect, and I don't know if that's in post-production or not, because you can play around with your voice and give it that feeling that it's echoing, you know? So I don't know if that was him or if that was post-production, but that sounded really freaking cool. It also sounds like it's the back of your throat, like the... Oh my god. Where is Lolly when you need her? I'm just like, I don't know what the thing is called, but not your uvula, but like that back section of soft tissue. Like it sounds like he's like, I sound ridiculous. It sounds like he's kind of flapping that and having it kind of cut off air, and it sounds like he's like flapping that, and I feel like that takes so much air, and I'm like, damn, hot diggity damn. Anyways,
The way that I move.
the way that I groove.
Remember, I am the Phantom.
That was sick. That was awesome. That was lots of fun. That was lots of fun. I feel like he added, like, not added, but he had a lot of sounds condensed in there, but then also at the same time, he could kind of slowly kind of come into the main section and then out of the main section, which is quite nice because then it gives you just a little bit more of the introduction kind of build in, and then that outro there. He's great. I mean, I feel like I said everything that I needed to say. That video was 3 minutes long and we're at 14 minutes, so you probably listened to me talk long enough, but that was great. And yeah, I've watched Beatpella House and he is in that, and then obviously he does his own solo stuff as well, but him and the gang are great. So thank you guys so much for watching that. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you cutie patooties in the next one. Bye, y'all.